You're talking about big stories on this second signing day. Ryan Day has to be right up there. I mean, Howard, think of what the last year has been. He'd never been a head coach. He gets given the head coaching spot in one of the premier institutions. He earned the head coaching spot. And then he proves it. His first year as a head coach, he goes 13-0 until he gets to the postseason, makes the playoff. The other hurdle that we didn't know about him was, can he recruit when he's the head guy? We know the answer.
Well, he's done an outstanding job as the head guy recruiting, but you also have to give a lot of credit to his assistants. Brian Hartline has done a tremendous job. Elise asked about the wide receivers coming in and how was he able to do that, and he talked about that. But Brian Hartline, to me, has been one of the keys throughout all of college athletics and college football. And he's talked about coaching at a position. He's really developed the guys, and he mentioned the guys that showed up last year and went to the NFL draft, the guys this year that showed up at the Senior Bowl and did an unbelievable job, and I believe will run some outstanding numbers when they get to the Combine. So the supporting cast is still there, and Ryan Day knows how to close the deal.
You know, I don't ever remember a time when Ohio State didn't have one of the best rosters and most talented rosters in college football. I'm going back to when I was in high school. It's always been that way. But I think it's changed a little bit. I do think that when Urban came in, he increased it. He even intensified the recruiting. I can remember following Ohio State, and they'd be in the top 10, top 15. But when Urban took over, and remember, he was critical of the rest of the Big Ten, and he was criticized for being critical that we weren't recruiting at an elite level. Then Ryan Day takes over a job where there's an unlimited budget that you can exceed. There's great tradition. There's all the facilities. And now Ryan has proved, Mike, as you say, Alan, that he's become one of the better recruiters in the country because he's had a full cycle now, and they're fifth in the country right now.
And they did have one signee today, by the way. That's Cameron Martinez from the state of Michigan, who was an outstanding high school quarterback. He committed to Ohio State because he trusted in Jeff Hafley to help him convert to the safety position. He chose not to sign because Hafley went to Boston College. And in the interim, Ryan Day did an outstanding job of keeping Cameron committed. He and his high school coaches spoke very highly of how Coach Day handled that process. They now hire Kerry Coombs back to Ohio State, where he was an outstanding recruiter the first time around. Coombs also helped get Martinez back on board here, so he signs with Ohio State today, but great job by Ryan Day to keep him committed.
And the Buckeyes having the #1 class in the Big Ten is not a surprise. 9 of the last 10 years, Ohio State has brought in the highest regarded class.